26 years old.
Hey guys, it's Dub with Dub's Cool Finds. Haven't talked to you in a while. It's been a hard week. It's been a really hard week. So anyway, hi everybody. Welcome back to my channel. If you're a subscriber, and I love you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing and watching and coming back and hanging in with me during this week. And I hopefully excusing me for not posting as many videos as I should. I just emotionally couldn't do it. But this is Saturday morning, so I don't want to cry anymore. I'm done with this, If you're a new subscriber, this is just going to be a sit in the car and chat with me while I'm driving somewhere. If that's not your thing, I totally understand.
Continue for 3 miles.
And, I will understand. Oh, I love the windows open, but I'm going to close it so you guys can hear me better. It's 68 here. It's sunny and beautiful. I'm in the Dallas area. Okay, so, I understand if this isn't your thing and you want to go and find something out there in the, oh my gosh, humongous YouTube world. I'm fixing my temperature so I don't die in here. Okay. In the YouTube world, there's plenty of other choices, so I understand. But thank you for checking me out, and come back and check me out if I do another video of a different type that you might like. But if you're a subscriber, you know me, we do these things. You're my passenger sitting over there in the passenger seat. So don't worry about me. It's no more dangerous than just driving with a passenger. So I get to do all the talking. Just something I find so difficult to do, right? Not. Okay, so I am headed to another little town. It's actually a town my parents live in, but I'm not going to see them at the moment. My aunts are in town, so I'm so excited. They got in yesterday. It's my mom's 3 sisters. So she's got a younger sister by about, I think, 7 years younger than her, something like that. I don't know. But she's got her, and that's my Aunt Melody. And so she's the middle daughter. And then the twins, fraternal twins, are my other aunts that are 6 years older than me. And so they're more like friends than aunts at this point in life. But and that's Faith and Dawn. So my Aunt Faith, my Aunt Dawn. So I am very excited to see them. I've always loved my aunts, and I've loved hanging out with them, even when we were younger and they were already adults and I still wasn't, and it was just cool to hang with them. And they wanted to go, if I went to a party and they had to go run out for something, I'd go with them, and I always hang with them, and I just love them, and we get along really well. I've cruised with them, so that's been a blast. And dang 2020 for causing a ripple in all of that. And then now I believe just my Aunt Mel has retired for a while, but my Aunt Dawn retired this year. No, it had to be last year. I don't know, just recently, when her son, who's the same age as my son, the twins, my aunt twins and me, we all had babies, and they're within 5 months of each other. So mine is the baby, and then theirs are a few months separate. So between the baby and the oldest of these babies, there's only 5 months separating them. So that's pretty cool. So her baby, not a baby, had a child after trying for a while. They finally had a child, and that's her only child. So this is right now her only grandbaby. So she quit work. She was at retirement age anyway, but she quit work and is helping out with the baby a lot and enjoying being a grandma. So I can't wait to hear all about that. And I think my Aunt Faith still does her job, and I'm not quite sure what her title is or anything, but I know she did a lot of the, it's psychological. I don't know if it's psychiatry or psychological. I think it's just psychological. But anyway, she does, like intakes for people that might be suicidal when they come into the hospital, and she does an intake evaluation of them and decides if they do need some kind of help with that, or they need to be committed for a 3-day hold or whatever. And so she does those kind of things. So She helped me a lot when I was going through issues, you know, I wasn't going through them, but my kids were, so she kind of helped me with that. And then, yeah, so that's
in a quarter
that.
mile, turn right onto
Yes,
Farm to Market
ma'am.
Road 549.
So I'm really excited to see him. So yesterday, they all went to dinner, but it was with the brother my parents currently live with, who I do not get along with, and just there's a whole, I mean, it's decades of things that piled up,
Farm to Market Road 549.
and then years ago, I don't even know how many years it's been now, but it's been at least, well, I wasn't in this house and I've been here over 5 years, so it's been longer than that. Not much longer, but longer than that. And
Farm to Market Road 740 South.
do you know what? I don't know if you have somebody like that in your life where they just, everybody thinks that this person, well, here I'm going to say the word, sorry if your children are, but an ASS, a lot of times, and the person that is purposely late to every single thing so that they're the center of attention when they walk in. I think I told you a story where they were even late to a party they were throwing at their own house. What? Yeah, so we all get there on time and we're standing outside and the house is locked and we're like, what's going on? And then they come in nonchalantly. Oh, we needed something at the store, so we both went. I was like, what? You know what? Yeah, that just doesn't, what? But anyway, that kind of person, you know, everything's got to be their way, they're always right, blah, 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 that kind of person. So, it was just years and years of things, a multitude of things that I just kept forgiving and kept forgiving. Well, not even forgiving, but kept laying to the side. I guess I didn't forgive, or else it wouldn't happen. But laid aside, and I'm the one that always helps and helps people move and helps people do things when they need it. And I'm the first one to, what do you need? You know, kind of thing. I don't get that in return, but you don't do it for that reason. But it's really nice if somebody does return that once in a while. But anyway, but then there was the final straw, and it just was years and years of this that I finally was like, you know what? Being around this person makes me feel bad. And it's because I'm letting myself feel bad. I mean, nobody makes you feel anyway. You determine in your subconscious or your conscious, if you're aware of it, you determine how this event's going to make you feel. But every time it was like conflict or, you know, just issues and the person trying to make you feel bad by saying things and doing things. Oh, little tiny goats. There's, oh, goat. Anyway, squirrel, goat. But yeah, a person like that where it's just always feels like a toxic situation. It's always, you know, conflict, bad feeling. You just don't feel good when you leave that person. And I finally said, I'm done with this. I'm too old. I'm too happy in my life. I don't need this. I don't want this. Yeah, it hurts my parents, it hurts my mom a bit that I don't, you know, do things with him, but I'm just like, I'm sorry, my kids don't get along that well, and yeah, it hurts, but I understand. I understand that just because you are born into a family does not mean you're going to like the people in your family or want to spend time with those people in your family. And I always used to think of it, oh, no, you have to. No, you don't. You don't. So, I don't. So they all went out because my parents live with him for the next week. Not even a week. Live with him. They all went out to dinner, and of course he went, and my dad called me, and I'm like, no thanks. And I was feeling really down last night for some reason. Well, you know the reasons, but yeah, so feeling really down, and I just couldn't do it. I'm like, I can't. I can't. Especially this. If there was ever a time when I could, I can't, first of all, foresee that happening. But second of all, it would not be now. It would not be when I am at my most vulnerable, when I'm grieving, when I'm going through all this stuff. This is not the time. I could not deal with it. So I don't want to put myself through that, and I won't. So I didn't go, and I hated missing them, but I didn't go. So I hadn't heard from anybody yet today. It is 10:30. It's 10:30, but I'm on my way already. So about 9 or 9:30, my Aunt Dawn texted me, and she's like, you know, hey, when are we going to see you today? You know, when are you going to step into any of the plans, and I said, I don't know about any plans. My parents didn't tell me any plans, but I'm ready and willing to meet you up wherever. So then she texts back, hey, we're just hanging at the hotel. Do you just want to come and drop your car off here at the hotel and spend the whole day with us? And I rented a big minivan, and so we can all travel together. And I was like, I'm on my way. I didn't even think about it, just on my way. So that's where I'm going right now. I'm on the way to the hotel they're staying at, which is in the town where my mom lives. And yeah, I'm going to hang with them and hopefully raise my spirits a bit. We always like to laugh and have fun and that kind of stuff. We talk serious, but then we also try and, laughter is the healing factor in that part of my family, and I love it. So yeah, that's where we go. So I think I've said it in a video, but if you haven't seen it, why have I had a bad week? So a week ago today, I had to ease the pain of my beautiful companion Bella, who is my dog I've had for 13 years, since she was a baby. And it's been me and her for at least 8 years or more. I don't even know the time frame anymore, but at least that or more, probably more. It's just been her and me. Kids grown out of the house, just her and I. And she's my best friend. She's my guardian. She was my walking buddy. She's everything to me. So, if you don't have animals, you might not understand that. I know a lot of you are animal people, and you completely understand, as you've said in your comments, and I love you for all the support I have gotten from this channel. I don't know how I would have dealt without you all. It's just made it a bit, the hardest thing I've ever done, a bit easier. And I've done some hard things in my life, but this was hard. And today it just hit me out of the blue, like, oh my gosh, the house is so quiet and all that, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I have not lived alone, just me, no living creature, just me, alone, in over 40 years. Yeah, so this is heartbreaking in a multitude of ways. Like, I love being alone. I love traveling solo, and I like doing things on my own. I like being with people also, but, I can handle the alone. That doesn't bother me. I'm not one of those people. But I've always had Belle, I've always had her at home. I come home to that wagging tail and that happy little face and the little jiggle and her zoomies and her goofiness and her love and her comfort and all that. And that's always waiting for me at home. So I can do stuff on my own, but then I have my buddy at home. And now I don't. So I come home to an empty house and nobody, happy to see me. So anyway, I'm out of it. So yeah, it's a big deal to me. So that, and then you all know I was sick. You can still kind of hear it in my voice, but now I think I don't know if it's still the sick or now it's just allergies, because it is April and that's big. I forget what it is here. Cottonwood, something is big around this time of the year. Because I remember we would do Girl Scout rodeo, and that was either in March or the beginning of April. We'd do that rodeo around a town. Not a rodeo parade, I'm sorry. It was a parade all through the town of Mesquite here that has a rodeo. So it would be a whole parade, and it would end in the middle of town. And then the parade, that would be the beginning of the rodeo season, I believe. So anyway, we'd always do this every year. We had a trailer and stuff. One year we had an amazing Girl Scout float. 1 or 2 years. That was awesome. But otherwise it was somebody's trailer. We don't hang out. But it was out in the air all that time, and I would always be dying with my allergies because the stuff would be floating around that time. So this might now have turned just into allergies, but I'm not sure. But it's the gunk. I just say I have the gunk. And yeah, so that whenever I get sick, I get a little more emotional on top of already being there with my dog. So I had that. And then the same day, last Saturday that all this went down, is the day my parents, who I moved to Texas, because my parents moved here. And all I have here, well, not all I have, I mean, I have my daughter here, my grandkids, but she's always busy and working and stuff, and so I don't see them that much. My son doesn't live here. He lives in Knoxville. I have one brother, the baby brother here, but he's involved with his life. I don't see him much. I got the mean brother who I don't want to see, and then I've got one more brother that's in Jacksonville, Florida, and then my aunts that I adore live in Chicago, my hometown. So I found out that Saturday that my parents have decided to move to Jacksonville to live with my brother there. Now, am I happy for them? Absolutely. I think it's the best solution. They need to get out of the whole situation they're in now. Yeah, they're going to miss their grandkids, but they were just, they were getting sick a lot living there, just because there's young children there. Nobody's fault. It's just, when they go to school, they just come home with every disease on earth, but my dad's 90. So, it affects him much more than just being a grandparent who's like, oh, the kids are sick, well, I'll visit next weekend, kind of thing you could do. They can't do that. So they had COVID multiple times, flu, pneumonia. My dad was hospitalized for recently. It just goes on, strep throat. It just goes on. And at one point, he's not going to be able to get over it. So it's good for them. It's a 1-story house compared to his 2-story, so they won't have to climb stairs anymore. My brother set up a whole area for them, and he will take them places and do stuff with them where this brother doesn't, and he's involved in, raising kids where that brother's done with, they don't have any kids. So it's just going to be really good for them. They'll be closer to the ocean. It'll just be really nice. But for me, I'm really sad because, how often will I be able to go there? Not very often. So I won't be seeing him much. He's 90. My mom's also got her issues with her memories and stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be really, really, really hard. And they're living my dream, and that kind of sucks. I've always wanted to live at the ocean. I'm like, doggone it. First, my brother steals my dream, not my parents. It's just not right. So anyway, so I found that out, and they said, I knew they were thinking about it, but then he just blurbs out, hey, yeah, we're doing that next week. I'm like, what? So supposedly they're moving on Wednesday. So yeah, that was not much time, and out of the blue, it just killed me. And then to top the whole week off, I come down with a UTI, so I'm having to deal with that pain and all that. And it was just too much. I mean, none of those. Well, Bella is immense. My parents leaving is immense. So on their own, they'd be immense events. But all bundled together, it's like, Mom, my head's exploding, my heart's exploding, one of those things. So anyway, so that's why I've had such a crappy week. But my son's had a really crappy week, and I keep telling him, right now, life is a roller coaster. Right now, we're going down the hill, and it's like, oh my God, I'm at the bottom. One time we'll be going back up to the highs again, and that will be lovely. So it's coming. It's just, we gotta live through this.
Then turn left.
But anyway, I will make it. You know me. I find the positive in it all. One positive in what happened, with my parents telling me at that time, somebody almost crashed right behind me. Them telling me at the same time as Bella was like one big Band-Aid rip at the same time, kind of thing. Not like, oh, I'm almost getting over Bella, and then, oh, my parents, kind of thing. No, it's just boom, all at once. Getting sick, yeah, you get well. So that's, just got to deal with that. That's just part of life, and I'll get better, and everything will be fine. But yeah, it's just been
turn left, then turn left.
It's been not fun. So and I still think I see Bella in the house. I still think I hear her nails clicking on the floor. It's just hard, y'all. But again, thank you so much. I'm here, so thank you so much for being there for me. I love you guys, you know that. I couldn't make it without you, honestly. I know people think that it's not genuine, but it's absolutely genuine that I just couldn't. I need you guys. So yeah, thank you so much for being there with me. It's awesome, and please don't stop. So I'm gonna go in and see them and get some laughter going. I'm done with these tears. Well, I'm not done. I'm sure it'll keep going. I miss my baby. But all right, guys, love you. Have a great Saturday or whatever it is when I post this, and thank you for being there for me. Bye, guys.